There we go. All right.
Oh, are we on?
So yeah.
Nice.
So the minuses actually.
Oh, okay.
All right. Perfect. Welcome back, everyone. We are doing the what is this? Upper bracket finals.
Yep, winners bracket finals. Winner of this goes to the grand finals. Loser of this plays me.
Yes. Arbiter here, joined by Mr. November.
Hello.
Guaranteed at least third place. Must be
Woohoo.
pretty happy. You'll probably get seated next time.
Whoop.
You'll probably get seated next time. All right. Darn. What is? Hold on. How do I?
Oh, okay.
The
So,
score isn't 0-1.
you want to do the player? You want to do the player introductions?
Yeah, sure. All right. Spawning in the bottom left corner, we have our Protoss player in blue, Jimmy.
Spawning in the top right. He doesn't know anything. It's JonSnow. JonSnow. All right. So this map. It's a pretty standard macro map for ZVP, except for this third. It's a really powerful place to all in 2 base or 3 base. There's a nice choke you can abuse with force fields. You can push the Zerg back so they're pressed up against their hatchery like this, and then more force field abuse. It'll be really important for JonSnow to get the creep at least out to here, so you can hold in this open area, as opposed to this small choke here. So we'll see if that comes into play.
So, do you think that creep spread over there is more important than the creep spread leading from the ramp at your natural?
Oh yeah, no, I always start my first tumor here on this map, just because it's so important to get your creep as far out on this side as possible, because people aren't going to attack you on this direction.
Yeah, they don't like
Yeah,
insert on the
it's
ramp.
a shot from their natural to your third. So, we actually see a fast scout. Oh, this is going to be a hatch block. Okay, well, this will be interesting. Really wants to throw off Jimmy here. I don't think it's going to be that bad, because he already has a gateway coming up. You can just chrono boost out a zealot.
I'm sorry. I just want to apologize for the people watching the stream. The score is 0-0, but we don't know how to switch the text. I know we double click that to switch the text, but I don't know how to I don't know how to switch the camera to the other screen. So maybe after this game we can fix this, unless JonSnow wins, in which case it's fine. This is a best of 5, correct?
Is it?
So,
Best of 5? Oh, that'd be cool.
I believe so.
Um,
So anyways, we do have the hatch block. Hey, yeah, we don't know how to fix the text. How do we get to that screen now?
1 second, we're going to fix the text.
Double click, text.
Double click overlay.
No. On the switch that to 0. Excellent, thank you. Perfect,
Alright,
thank you.
well, now we have the scores fixed. But yeah, we should... Oh, actually, Jimmy hasn't seen this. It's gonna finish.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he's not chrono boosting out the zealot. He's not pulling any workers. This could have been fine for Jimmy, but now it's gonna be really rough. We're gonna see him get pretty far behind now, economically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spawning was about to finish. This is our good old-fashioned 3 hatch before.
And we're not going to see JonSnow commit to this, like build a queen and spines or anything. This is just to get some zerglings to scout and get that creep and block, so that, put him economically ahead, so that Jimmy cannot take his natural until about like 6-minute mark. We'll see.
I've seen a lot of times Protoss is taking their third. Not on this map.
Oh yeah, he could potentially do that, or even take the gold. So Jimmy's actually sending out a worker. He might be looking to get aggressive since he is... Oh, dropping a fast robotics. That's really interesting. And an extra gateway. So he should be looking to do some damage because JonSnow's tech and everything is delayed from doing this. Yeah. See how this plays out. Meanwhile, we have JonSnow just getting speed. Not committing any more to gas, which means we won't be doing any fast roach defenses or roach aggression.
He's probably just very happy.
Getting extra lings out here.
Using all the bar.
1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. 1 1. Buying an Overlord Scout. So, oh, War Prism. So JonSnow hasn't seen the War Prism here.
There's no tower. It isn't taking the towers yet, Zerg. So there's nothing between. Zerg.
In terms of vision, yeah. Oh, but these Speedlings are gonna get in. That's a huge mistake from Jimmy. The Zerglings are gonna get a full scout. Yep. So yeah, here they're gonna see the War Prism pop out. Actually, that's terrible luck for Jimmy. Yeah. All right. Well, Jimmy is.
Yeah. Now the spores begin. Doesn't.
Spore Crawler. You should drop a Roach Warren or something, but this isn't gonna do any damage.
No,
and
just
Jimmy.
massing up. 22 links on the production tab. Extra queens to help buy that Warp Prism.
And Jimmy's got no natural. He's gonna try and go for it now, but yeah. If we look at the income tab, it's gonna.
Protoss actually does have more harvesters though.
Yeah, but the mining's inefficient. You see 23, he's maxed out here. The most efficient mining is 16 to 20 per base. And so even though he has less workers, we see JonSnow has more mineral income just due to mining efficiency.
It does indicate though that Protoss is looking to consider beast.
He just lost the War Prism. Wow. That sucks.
Oh.
Sorry, we missed that.
We did catch the end of that.
Did not expect him to just go for it right there. Just,
YOLO.
Yeah. Kinda.
He's gonna get a wall off.
Yeah, he's gonna be safe, but going for double Evo Zerglings here.
Wow.
Nah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Force field.
Protoss. And Zerg is already overtaken Protoss.
Yep. You see Zerg head on supply, even though he's going for mass Zerglings, which you usually don't see unless they're going roaches.
Would you expect to see a third relatively soon from Zerg?
Oh yeah, he probably should have dropped one by now, but he's trying to make his income as efficient as possible by getting the workers out first.
Tab?
Yep. Oh, my bad.
Is weapon attack more important than armor?
Weapon attack? Well, Jimmy doesn't. If we look at Jimmy's vision, he doesn't actually know that his opponent's going for double upgrade Zerglings.
But he does see it.
Oh, two Zerglings gonna get shot out there. Really strange control from Jimmy. He seems to be really off his game since the hatch block.
But
yeah.
he does maintain good vision. It's normal for his game, so I'd guess that all he would need to do is scout the third right below the main.
JonSnow thinks an all-in is coming from Jimmy, as you can indicate from the two spines and the lack of third. But Jimmy's probably going to just go for his own third base, considering he's throwing down the Twilight Council, and he is still building workers.
Surpriser, still very even.
So he should be doing like a pressure into third, or just straight up a third. Spire from JonSnow. This will be interesting. Again, Jimmy doesn't know about any of this. His scouting is...
That of a Hydra?
Scouting is pretty zilch. He doesn't see any of the important tech, the Evos or the Spire.
But he does see the layer.
Oh. Are these Zerglings gonna get the cancel? Whoa, very nice.
Wow.
Very nice force fielding from Jimmy. That was super close. Dropped down almost to the single digits there on the Nexus. Harbor Mech.
Oh. Yeah. Nice and weird. Interesting pylon positioning. Usually you want to try to stick a cannon somewhere around there.
Oh yeah, I don't think you can fit a cannon there.
No,
that's a little bit of a mistake. Actually, no, he should be able to.
Can you?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That is a mistake. Yeah, you usually want pylon, cannon, gateway, and that fully walls in the cannon against Zerglings.
Well, actually, I've seen on this map a lot. They put the cannon right there, just because when you put it up here, it lets Zerg come around the side and attack this way, and it blocks your own units out.
That's true. But judging by the dual pylons here, Jimmy's original intent was to get a pylon.
Yes.
But
and now that's an interesting.
Yeah,
cannon.
I don't. Cannon should try and cover the wall.
Yeah. At the very least, put it right behind them.
Oh,
Oh, that's interesting.
While we were talking about that, hidden pylon here. Got some zealots.
Well, on JonSnow's side of the map. Behind the wall.
This,
He sees the
Jimmy
meters.
should see the meters. I don't know if he was paying attention,
he
but
gets
he
the
gets
kill.
the third. That's huge. He's now up a base,
Oh.
and he had no idea about the meters.
He's getting Blink as a response. This actually won't be too bad for him, I think. I think Jimmy is in an alright position. Zerg's lost his third. He's on his third. He will have Blink in a couple of moments.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about moving out here, though.
No, it is a little bit too soon to move out. He hasn't stabilized his bases. What's the income tab?
Income tab is they're
Still?
even. Little more Thespian gas mining for the Zerg, because Jimmy has not taken these two bases. Jimmy's in this kind of awkward limbo where he has units that like want to attack, but he can't because circling Muta is just going to hold him back. He doesn't have any tech that really scales in the late game against Mutas, which is like Archons and Phoenixes. This is like a mid-game push army, and he really needs to go, but it's just very difficult to move out against this unit composition.
You can see Zerg is his macro is starting to spiral out of control with
Exactly, yeah. And Jimmy's is not. I guess he realizes he has this one timing.
He's making
He's
three
gonna try and
cannons
go
behind
for it.
to help stabilize at home in case Zerg was going to do any run bys.
Yep, and here we go, there's the run by. Jimmy chasing these Mutas.
Probably should go attack one of probably the third, I would say. Like, this is gonna
The
this,
Zerglings get chased off, which is great for Jimmy, but the Mutas
This
are
looks
going
very
to be
base trading.
uncontested. Yeah, it's going to be a base race. But I think JonSnow is going to get a huge advantage here, as he is going to grow his Muta ball while this happens, and Jimmy's not going to be able to like kill these bases fast enough.
yeah, but he's gonna keep growing his Stalker ball. And Protoss once you get to a certain number of Stalker, it's very difficult to deal with. Even with your massive kills block.
Meanwhile, Jimmy losing bases.
Two down, but it's not
JonSnow
gonna.
losing bases, throwing down spines.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little late. If we look at production tab, yeah, his Muta ball is growing. Jimmy's army is not growing, it's getting smaller and smaller.
Oh, bush.
Eventually, yeah, the Mutas can just come and clean it up.
Wow.
And,
this is looking bad.
Yeah, this doesn't look very good for Jimmy.
Yeah,
and it
Jimmy
should
is
be,
in a bad
he
position.
should be done for. Here we go, GG.
Yeah, that was not a very good position for Jimmy to be in.
Yeah, well played from JonSnow. Really, really recognizing that Jimmy just had to go for that attack with those units. And
To be fair, that was a much closer game than I was expecting, considering how it began.
yeah. Okay, Jimmy says Catalina.
No, I haven't played much of the new maps. How does Catalina usually play out for Zerg?
I haven't played much recently either, but it seems like merry-go-round, except slightly better for Protoss, just because the rush distance is a little more favorable. But other than that, it just seems kind of like a normal macro map. Pretty good for Mutas, pretty good for the layer aggression that Zergs love to do against third bases.
So spawning at the 9 o'clock position. Oh, fine, we can do the Zerg first, Mr. Zerg.
Yep, JonSnow
JonSnow.
from Game of Thrones. This is actually JonSnow.
Yep. He's taking a break from the wall.
Yep, taking a break from the wall. I met him, he's very handsome.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Actually, Kit Harington. Jimmy, he's from BU. He plays Protoss. Jimmy.
It's from VU?
Yeah.
Nice. So, as standard as standard gets.
Well, Jimmy's gonna go for a gateway expand, most likely, as you can tell from the in-base pylon. Not dropping it down here. And JonSnow likely just gonna play normal this game. He was able to throw Jimmy off the first game, really get him a little unnerved. That's what you want in a best of 5. So now he should be looking to play just standard macro games. Really, yeah.
It's been a long time since I last saw someone do a Forge expands and put the Forge in their main.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Not really sure what happened to that.
'Cause I remember that used to be a huge deal. Like,
It's
a lot of the pro
doesn't
players.
seem like a bad idea still. I mean, the run-by timings still don't really work out for Zerg.
Well,
So it seems like a pretty safe build.
Well, it forces the Protoss to throw on an extra pylon at the ramp before they throw.
It also forces them to not go Nexus first.
Yes,
And people just want to go Nexus first now, I think.
that is true.
Or the meta right now is Nexus into Gateway. That's the most common if you're going to play Nexus first.
If you like being greedy.
Yep.
I like that scout. He scouts just enough to see that there's no creep.
Yeah, definitely. Hatch first from JonSnow, which is going to be great considering Jimmy is going for the Gateway expand. Hatch first, the ideal opening against Gateway expand. Hatch first or 3 hatch. Yep, he's going to get speed up in time. He's going to have everything he wants to go for a strong mid-game oriented play. Jimmy's going to want to walk in and see the gas. He knows that JonSnow's going to have speed up in time to shut out any sort of 4-gate pressure that Jimmy might want to do.
Jesus.
Production tab.
Ah, yes.
Oh, hello, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Is he our only hope?
Yeah. Still no second gas from Jimmy.
How much energy did he have saved up? Like 50 energy?
Not chrono boosting the Cybercar, he's chrono boosting workers. Okay, this isn't gonna be the, I don't know the name for it, the Naniwa 4-gate. It's the 2-base 4-gate, where you do heavy zealot pressure on the 3rd into an Immortal Sentry all in. That's a very popular build still.
It's not as good against the build reserves currently running. The
Yeah,
speed-
yeah, definitely.
The, speedling
The
first,
hatch first speedling definitely is the ideal opening to shut that down.
'cause it makes the Protoss
Just a
extremely
forge.
inefficient.
Okay. We're likely gonna see Jimmy go for the 3rd then.
Still haven't seen a tech voice, have we? Protoss. He hasn't done any tech buildings. Which is interesting. 545. There's our start.
Oh, there's the tech. Yes, there's the tech choice for Protoss. It's gonna be a Stargate. With the Stargate and the Forge, that makes Gateway aggression follow up pretty unlikely. It's most likely just gonna be a 3rd base from Jimmy, but he is getting +1 very quickly, which is a little strange.
Do you think it's gonna be a Void Ray expand? I don't think an
too early to tell.
Maybe an Oracle first, just to deal its damage. Of course, spores, but
Pretty quick roach Warren from JonSnow. Scouting around for pylons, you can tell he looked here, he looked here, didn't see any.
if you look at the mini map, 2 players have combined for some really, really good scouting within 7 minutes.
Oh wow!
Uh-oh, that's not good.
What?
Yep.
Jeez, small mistakes from Jimmy. That is huge. More full scout, gonna see the Oracle, gonna kill the Sentry, which is just that's a free 100 gas kill for
That's
2
already a
Zerglings.
gr- that's already
yeah,
a
it was
great deal.
Fantastic. Jimmy once again
That shoots pretty
thrown
nice.
off his game, got fully scouted, lost a Sentry, which is a big deal considering that's like a 1/3 of his units, or a half, at this stage in the game. Realizes it's going to be fast Oracle, and Okay, yeah, Jimmy throwing down the extra gases. He might have originally been planning on going for an Oracle Zealot all-in, or not all-in, Oracle Zealot attack on the third. But the full scout, everything, removes the chances of that. So he's going to keep building workers, build the 2 assimilators, and try and move out and take a third.
For those who don't know, if you look at the Stargate, you can always see what units getting produced from it. If you look closely at what's being warped inside of it.
And JonSnow actually. Oh, what? Did commit to it.
That's not going to work.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose an Oracle for Queen.
So I was wrong. Jimmy did commit to it anyways, but I don't. Yeah, it's obviously not going to work. There's already roaches out. JonSnow is just going to make more. This is just.
This isn't
not a good position for Jimmy right now. Oh wow, committing even harder. Actually, a stalker. Jimmy is stubbornly going for this, despite the much greater production from Zerg. And the counter units already being produced. Yeah, this is just gonna get shut down.
Yeah. Producing a Void Ray behind this.
Yeah, Void Ray, and now Jimmy's third is just gonna be delayed for a very long time.
Yeah, it's gonna take two Void Rays, I think, before you can get a third. Oh wow, he even has creep spread on one.
Yeah, creep pooping.
He has a link covering the
a
hurdle
lot
one to
of
defend.
wasted money, just really economically behind now.
The losses tab on that has to be severely in JonSnow's advantage.
Once again, being forced to make immortals just don't scale well once they start to get, you know, Mutalisks and those other mid-game units. Once again, forced to make that like mid-game fighting army just to take a third.
Oh,
that's
nice.
a very nice
yeah,
grab.
I don't know why Zerg are trying to grab. They already had a huge advantage against that. That just. How many links was that? Like 20 links for one zealot. Losses tab again, and Losses almost caught up. But because Zerg is mining so much more.
Yep, and Jimmy's gonna look out. His heart's gonna sink. No third for another minute at least.
How long it takes creep to clear up.
And then we should see JonSnow. Oh, he's actually gonna choose to go into Hydras. Gonna realize that he can just do a big Roach Hydra timing, considering Jimmy's still on 2 base production.
That's a lot of sentries, though. He's gonna have.
Follow up with an infestation pit.
Protoss is gonna have a decent window with all those sentries.
Still 2 pylons out on the map, unseen for JonSnow. So he could do a Zealot. Zealot counterattack by himself back in. Just a 12-minute third, really late. Usually you want it at like 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. Just not ideal at all for Jimmy. Throwing down extra gateways very quickly, which means the third is kind of just like a giant pylon. He's likely just going to try and push out as he throws down the third. While taking the Colossus.
I'm surprised he didn't put those gateways by his third to help wall off.
Yeah, Jimmy's, I don't know, he's kind of doing a bit of everything. He's like, really weird play from Jimmy. I don't think it's going to work very well, because there's already a big ball of Roach Hydra out, and he's going to have to back up.
He's going to have to recall. Yeah. Yep. Force field. Force field. Oh, man.
Loses a stalker for his transgressions. The price you pay
I believe it's time to tech into,
for random timings.
I believe it's time to tech into the Colossus. Yep, there we go.
And there's the Colossus. JonSnow is going to be looking to hit before then, or go up to Hive. Yep.
It's still going to be difficult. There's so many force fields in that army. If he finds a decent choke, it's certainly not going to be an easy hit.
Yeah, definitely. There's still just so many more units for JonSnow though. With the upgrades, 1-0 to
just saying,
1-1.
I've seen a lot of Protosses down like 50 supply with force fields.
Yeah, no, it can happen. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Two-pronged attack. It's gonna try and come in from 2 sides. Oh, sandwich. There. Oh.
It's a trap. That Colossus is not good. And I think the Colossus just got.
The Colossus gets picked off down there.
The Nexus is not.
Jimmy's sandwiched into a corner, meaning he has to burn tons of force fields.
It's all gone, they're all gone.
It's opened up for the Zerg now. He can go in. He can just click the Nexus real quick and yep, fill the Nexus cannon. Third's dead. His army's dead. Jimmy,
gone. This is
not looking too good. Not looking too good at all.
Not looking. Doesn't seem like he's playing very confidently.
Yeah, definitely not. Just little things have just thrown him off completely. Losing that sentry and letting JonSnow get the full scout, and then like kind of
committing at the third.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I really don't think he should have gone for it, considering he was also throwing down gases and building probes. It was kind of like a half-baked aggression that he was trying to do like a bit of damage and get ahead, but it was just doing too many things at once, and JonSnow was able to stop it. And now, well, there's not much hope for Jimmy in this game. Vipers are going to be out. 4 Vipers to 1 Colossus. No third for Jimmy. His only hope is this Warp Prism, but JonSnow's on top of it.
Blinding Cloud. Good spell.
Yep. There we go.
I don't think Zerg's used that enough against Protoss. It's a chicken spell.
Cancels the 4th. Pretty nice for Jimmy.
I mean, still does need that third though.
Trying to move out. I mean, well, last hope. The Vipers they're almost at full energy. He's gonna try and prism the.
That's gonna be the toughest.
It's tough work for these sentries because they can just get abducted. And here we go, abducted. Should abduct the Warp Prism as well. Nope.
He did a good job keeping that out of range.
Jimmy's just gonna. He's not even gonna try and. Oh, well, never mind. As I say that, he tries for a third.
He's down. Look at the supplies. 195 to 120.
Yeah, 195, and the Zerg's on good tack. It's not just 195 of like pure roach.
Oh, but he's out of position
value
there.
Units.
They're fast units.
Cool. Strange movement.
Oh gosh, you don't want to go down there. Do not want to go down there.
And oh, nice blink from Jimmy. Takes off 1 for free, but there's the 2 Colossus gonna die, and that's the GG.
Nicely done by JonSnow on that one.
Alright, JonSnow up 2-0 in this best of 5. Rough games for Jimmy.
Pretty sure this is the best of 5.
Should be.
We'll see soon enough if he calls for a map. Nimbus.
Nimbus, alright. Nimbus. Hey, you're still here.
Oh, so kind of you.
Oh, oops. That ignore that. Invite to game.
Alright, Nimbus is a pretty good Protoss map.
Yeah, definitely. The third, really easy to push. There's this nice choke point leading into it. We're gonna see if Jimmy decides to abuse that. He said he doesn't really like the Immortal Sentry. So, but this is his map pick, so he might have that build order in mind. We'll see. This is the gateway next. This is the Nexus gateway map. This is the map where you take that free in base, and then you drop the gateway. Pylon gateway wall
walled off.
Yep, great map for greedy Protosses. These are the really good spawn positions for Zerg.
Like
if it was horizontal, you can see that Protoss has this push path right here into the third, where they can just keep backing off and segmenting the army. But here, there is no push path for Jimmy. And that's tough.
But at the same time, you can harass into their natural. And
yeah, that's true.
To get to.
That's true. I forgot about that. There's the Warp Prism potential here now.
Or even Blink. Blink from Mineral Patch to the other Mineral Patch.
Can you really? Here to here?
I think from down there?
I don't... No, this seems like a huge distance.
I don't think even that's...
Maybe.
It'd be interesting to check.
I saw MC do a Immortal Zealot Sentry Warp Prism attack except it was purely through air. Just the first two Immortals got landed here, and then follow-up warp-ins were all through the Warp Prism. The attack was all done in the Zerg's natural. Seemed very powerful. His opponent, I think it was Lenok, knew it was coming, but the Warp Prism gets there so quickly. Lenok's units just weren't out quite fast enough. And that is another powerful build that is available to Protoss on this map, but especially on these positions. So we'll see.
There are options for either spawn position.
Yeah,
which makes this
definitely.
map very interesting.
Yep. I like the new maps. You can do different strats based on spawn positions. Not that nice to play because you gotta know a lot more. It's a lot harder to ladder on these maps. But from a spectator perspective, watching other people have to deal with it, a lot more fun. Jimmy gets the quick scout. What?
Okay.
Okay, it's a speedling. Speedling opening. Why? That's so strange.
The speedling opening would do very well against the gateway. Nexus first build.
Yeah, Snow going for Jimmy actually going for a really conservative build. Not the Nexus gateway that we were talking about. Not quite in response to this because he didn't quite see it fast enough, but
he scouted the correct direction, which is a good start for him.
Be interesting to see how this plays out. Never really seen this happen before on this map.
Speedling opening. Bottom right?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
And production tab. My bad. 4 speedlings. Well, we're gonna see how many. Yep. Into expand. I guess it's JonSnow just trying to keep Jimmy honest.
Yeah.
Make sure he can't play too greedy. Can't try and do his own thing. And yeah, whoa. This is way too conservative from Jimmy. 2-gate, it's gonna be a 2-gate expand.
I think you're just doing that to wall off against
but I mean, he wouldn't have had to do this if these two were here. First 2 buildings, he could just 1-gate expand. And the 2-gate expand is actually gonna put Jimmy a little bit behind. He could have gotten a nice econ lead against the speedling opening, but you can see his natural is very much delayed now. Kind of overreacting to this build, but to be fair, Jimmy doesn't really know what the follow-up from JonSnow is. Doesn't see the natural.
He knows.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, another gateway.
He might be thinking.
This.
I don't know why else you'd put the second gateway there. There's no other reason.
Yeah, Jimmy's a little scared. It's gonna be a 3-gate expand. We haven't seen that in a long time. But yeah, well, JonSnow's just having a ball because he's been droning this whole time.
You're right. This is like the old Century expand from back in Wings of Liberty.
Definitely. Yeah, JonSnow. Once again, throwing Jimmy off his game. Just not really letting Jimmy do what he wants. In terms of like letting the Protoss just sit there and do a build. Yeah, forcing Jimmy to adapt.
His probe's on the move. Bottom.
Oh, his Mothership Core?
The probe.
Oh, the probe? Did that get picked off?
Got kicked off.
Let's see. 1 kill.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 kill on that circling. The probe got picked off. Mothership Core heading out to scout. He's gonna see the natural with quite a few drones, and not even finished natural for Jimmy, which is Jimmy's not gonna be happy about this.
This has to be frustrating to reserve.
Oh, does get 1. Pretty nice.
Forces 2 spores.
Yep. But again, really nice, huge econ lead for JonSnow. Usually, the Protoss is up by a couple workers at this stage, and the Zerg still has a little bit more mineral income because they're mining off 2 base. But right now, Zerg's ahead on workers and ahead on mining because he's got the optimal mining on 2 base, and Jimmy just now transferring workers to his natural. And we're seeing a fast layer from JonSnow. Which is
Would you say? I'd say Roach's Corner is this down. This might be fast Meta.
Yeah, fast Meta and
2-base Meta. What?
Whoa. JonSnow pulling out all the weird builds. Nice force field. Jimmy should be fine to hold this really aggressive 3rd. That's way faster than Protoss would normally feel safe taking it.
I guess that's why he went 3-gate expand, because he felt that the faster gateways gives him more centuries to hold an earlier 3rd.
Yep.
Oh, Hydra Den coming down.
Oh, it's gonna be
upgrades. With no upgrades, this has to be an all-in, right?
Yeah, Hydra Ling all-in, maybe? I don't...
That's what it looks like. I just don't see any upgrades coming down.
Never really seen this build. Evo Chamber.
There's
Evo
an
Chamber. Does he? Yeah, of course he has speed. Interesting builds. JonSnow. Really interesting. Oh, and this time he got the dual pylon cannon. Nice. Yeah, you can see just now Jimmy getting his tech down due to the super fast third. His robo is going to be very delayed. This might be a tough hold. Might be a tough hold for Jimmy. On the bright side, he does have a lot of sentries, but no real meat to his army. No stalkers, no zealots, just his entire army is sentries. And
Four?
still on 3 gateways.
4.
Oh.
Making one it is.
Ah, yes. Okay, 4 gateways. And then JonSnow is doing like half units, half workers, so I guess it's not going to be that really aggressive Hydroling timing.
I guess it's just worried if there's going to be a sentry attack.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sentries
so.
are always good.
Okay, well now back to units. More gateways from Jimmy. And Immortals, not going for Colossus, and Blink, so could this be the 3-base Immortal Blink timing?
Yeah, you're right, that's what it's looking like.
Yep. Yep, many more gateways going down. That brings them up to 1, 2,
it's
3,
a +2 timing attack, right?
5, 6, 7, 8. 8 gates. 8 gates, Immortal Sentry Blink. This is going to be very powerful. But JonSnow does have the correct unit comp to stop it.
Yeah, it's not going to be ideal against Thing Hydra.
Yeah, Hydroling is definitely the composition you want, and his upgrades are good. He's getting +1 and +1 for his Zerglings.
Oh wow,
so,
that is actually
yeah,
ideal.
good upgrades, good composition. So, but not really ahead on econ is the thing. So yeah, he's actually down 4 workers. So the Zerg's gonna have to trade really efficiently, which might be difficult considering, you know, sentries and Blink. So,
and Mothership.
Pure units now from JonSnow. I believe he should know this is coming. The extra gateways, the Twilight. Yeah, he's gonna scout it now. If you didn't know, he's gonna know soon. Well, you should, considering he was building pure units. But back to workers and then Hydras again. He revealed the Blink. He revealed the Blink, and then
I have a feeling that when
he threw down these 2 when the Overseers flew by, which makes me think it might be a fake.
When you see that many Stalkers, though, I'm pretty sure you just say Blink.
Yeah, huge stalker count, Immortals, no robotics bay.
Oh, he's cut production.
Yep. Oh, no, he isn't. But yeah, he's gonna be looking to do this timing. And yep, JonSnow knows. He knows something.
Do you think the
Oh, going for the infestation pit.
Do you think that's for
Stormhost? Stormhost would be great to stop this push, but I think it's a little bit too late because he'll get out like 2, and
so
that's not really enough.
So what's he rushing towards?
Not sure what the infestation pit is for. It might be for infestors? I don't know. Oh, really fast hive. This is very risky. You can see that puts him very low on money. Not going to get out a huge amount of units. Oh, you should back up. Oh no, the force field is going to get a lot of Zerglings for free.
Nice.
Oh, he does. Oh, almost loses the Immortal.
Oh wow.
Oh, one more hit. One more hit on that Immortal. Not quite. Not quite.
Even supplies.
Okay, so he's going up the Twilight Council. JonSnow's economy still not great.
Oh, so he's probably going with Viper.
Just 65 workers and 68. But yeah, we can see like there isn't really a push path from the ground in these spawns for Jimmy. Makes him very difficult to actually commit with this attack. Because like walking down that ramp with a sea of creep and ranged units, it's really difficult. Wouldn't be so bad if it was here, but yeah, huge concave from JonSnow. Jimmy can't commit, just gonna go up to High Templar and try and do a follow-up attack. Which is good for him, considering, you know, infestors. Not Vipers. Yeah.
Infestors are also really good against
Oh, once again.
The things get on top of them.
Free set of Zerglings.
And gets killed.
Gonna get the 4. Great moves from Jimmy. getting the tech that he wants. Getting the 4th.
Do you go home and take your 4th now as Protoss?
Looks like he is. I mean, he's got a huge excess of minerals. He needs the gas. Wants to mine these. And getting ready for the High Templar and the charge.
Not so sure how I feel about charge. I feel like Colossi.
Yeah, going for the dual AoE. I mean, Jimmy doesn't really have zealots, but he's going to probably have to make a lot soon, considering he's taking High Templar.
I mean, Hydras themselves very, very, very well against zealots.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like this army would melt the dual AoE of like Storm plus Colossus, but Jimmy once again gonna try and go down this ramp. This time there's fungal. Oh, the storms. Not the best. Not really getting the Hydras.
Not even getting the Lings either.
Not the best attack from Jimmy. Huge concave from JonSnow. The storms not doing quite as much as he would have liked.
And Zealots just really don't do that well against.
Well, it is pure Hydra without any meat to. Oh, ultras. Yeah. Okay. Well, Jimmy is.
That's something. I guess we need to remake Immortals, right?
To be fair, Jimmy is up a base, so we're gonna have to see JonSnow try and make an attack, which should do a lot of damage. This is a very good unit composition against what Jimmy has, especially because he has.
There's one arc.
I don't think he has storms left. He'll maybe have one or two when the battle hits, but that's not quite enough. And we're gonna see JonSnow bait the army out into the open with these Zerglings, and then hit.
He needs to sack that base.
Yeah.
But
huge concave again. Storms? I don't think there's any.
That supply just plummets and should just feedback.
Oh, there's the storms. Now they're ready, but a little too late. The Ultra's chewing up everything. The Hydralisk still alive. Killing tons of DPS behind the Ultralisks. Jimmy dropping below 100 supply. Fourth base, not quite going. Oh, it's down.
I'm not a big fan of Storm, to be honest. Even though, yes, against this unit, it's good. But
yeah, you definitely want.
I'd rather have Colossi.
Dual AoEs, yeah, Colossi and Storm. Well, this looks like a quick 3-0 from JonSnow. Very well played from him.
So
Jimmy, the map working against his favor here. He did play great. The spawn positions were very rough for the strategy that he tried for. And here we see him being overrun. GG, well played. JonSnow, 3-0 in the finals. I don't think he's dropped the game yet. And doesn't look like he will.
I mean, rank 10 GM. So, well, best of luck to you against Jimmy. That should be